Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bazaar Explained, and we are so close to being legend. We are literally one experience away. So with that, who do I want to choose to get me that one experience? Well, Pygmalion's my favorite hero. Mac, I think, is the strongest. Vanessa's the strongest in the early game. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been having that much fun with Dooley, but I haven't put out a Dooley video in a while. You know, let's go with Dooley. Why not? I think Dooley has some very strong builds and very strong things that you can do, but I also think that a lot of the builds on Dooley revolve around the power drill and some semblance of the bug still. I've seen fiery cores have success. And, with this new Dooley core system where you get a guaranteed core at level 3, kind of inclined to go to gold tier skills here and get one that would synergize with our core. And, they nerfed the crit core, so these are not really the ones I want to see. Could get poison. I could go for like a friends build. 24 crit is also just a really large amount of crit. Yeah, we'll go for the right eye. Overall, our economy is going to be a little bit weaker because I've done this, but that's okay. Now I could go to the Lost Crate, Treasure Chest. Let's see if JJ has something for us. Okay, Arc Blaster is pretty nice, as well as we see 2 other tech items. So sure, I'll take the Arc Blaster, I'll take the Induction Aegis, and I'll take the Light Bulb. So that these 2 items will charge our Arc Blaster. That feels pretty good. It's a nice little start there. And yeah, put the crit chance on the blaster. And what would I want to go along with this? Well, I could go to Pyro, go put something on, get some more burn for Induction Aegis synergies. Could have some slow synergies, poison synergies. Let's go Pyro. If we can get something like Fiery or the Lighter, those would be pretty big for us here. But I think what would be even bigger for us is if the people who've seen 2 of my videos, the people who are watching me for the second time, if they could like, but even more big than that, the people who are watching these videos for a 3rd time, well, if you wanted to subscribe, I think that'd be a pretty huge game for us. But let's see what actually happens here with the Pyro. Okay, Cinder's not the worst. Can put it on Induction Aegis for sure. And I'm kind of inclined to upgrade this Arc Blaster. I feel like that could be very good for us. We don't have a lot of money to buy other things, and that'll give it another 20 damage. There's Tiny Furry Monster, although we don't have any items to synergize or to get the 1 XP, so I'm just going to go to Andy here and see what I can see. And here's some more tech items. I do like the battery. Take the battery. And the Lysander crit doesn't look like it. How about Copper Red, memory card? Nah, I don't think I need to take these. 15 shield and 3 poison is actually pretty good early on, though. Yeah, it's probably better than this Light Bulb, even though it's charging our Arc Blaster. But I'll try and give ourselves the best chance that we can in these early fights. And even if this is going off less, I think just the raw stats of this make sense. And let's fight this Dooley. Let's see what they got. No, Dinosaur. Yikes. And a heavy Arc Blaster. Okay. Well, if the Dinosaur maybe doesn't hit, our Arc Blaster will be okay. Oh wait, it doesn't actually hit anything realistically. But it does do a lot of damage, and so does our Arc Blaster, so I think we're in trouble here. 80 damage is a lot for day 1. And yeah, we're gonna get bursted down. Unfortunate, but man, they had some really powerful weapons there. Looks like they got this, went to B1, B2, purchased this from a shop, and maybe found the Dinosaur off like a silver tier item yet. Okay. Alright, so now here, I think I'm just going to lock in the 1 XP so that if we can defeat the Rogue Scrapper, we can level up today. And leftmost, yeah, left-handed seems good. kind of all in on this arc blaster. Can put the light bulb back in. Pretty replaceable here, and I think because of that I'll go to Ayla as well. Okay, rocket launcher and pulse rifle. Well, pulse rifle seems better with all these damage upgrades. And rocket launcher is also very strong. It's not a tech item, but it is probably stronger than the Aegis and the bulb, so I'll take that too. Put that into play. 6 burn. Yeah. I guess instead of 20 shields and light bulb, yeah, I think this makes sense. And I think with this build we could defeat the Rogue Scrapper. We're doing a lot of damage. Also, realistically, probably should have given the pulse rifle the crit chance. I think on every single one of my Dooley videos I end up getting the pulse rifle, but there's a reason. The power level of this item early on is very strong. 90 damage this early is nothing to scoff at. We saw that Dianosaur, with I think it was an 8-second cooldown doing 80 damage. This pulse rifle's beating that out. And what do we want from the Rogue Scrapper? I mean, the Junkyard Club, Barbed Wire, Rust, all of these would be worthwhile for us. Probably just the Junkyard Club, though. Present a lot of damage on our board. And we get the Barbed Wire. Okay. I don't believe it's a tech item. Doesn't look like it. Oh, I didn't even read it. Nope. And here, I think upgrading our pulse rifle makes sense. Just another 30 damage. And we can go ahead. Actually, let's leftmost and rightmost. Okay. Well, it still makes sense, I guess, to have this over here then. And we have 2 spaces on our board. I guess I'll put the barbed wire and the induction Aegis back in. Do we want to get a friend here? There's certainly friends that are better than Copperhead. But I kind of like just getting free value from Lickit. This could help win us fights. There's also a world where we put the chocolates in, because this would represent 60 damage. Yeah, okay. And choose one of 5 cores. Well, we could give something very high amounts of crit chance. The problem is this is not a friend for the purposes of a pulse rifle. This could also get pretty big. Companion core, I think it's between the regular core and the critical core. And we could put something like the arc blaster there, or yeah, when you use any item to the left, this charges 1 second. When you crit with an item, charges 1 second. I think that could be pretty strong. You could also just put the regular core in. I want to try the critical core. And yeah, kind of like doing this. We'll value stack our pulse rifle or damage stack pulse rifle and the rocket launcher. Outside of this fight, I want to give myself the best chance I can to win this upcoming fight. Yeah, let's fight this Vanessa. Alright, they have a lot of weapons. They aren't too scary, though. They also have 2 friends, so this pet rock is not giving their board crit chance. Even though that narwhal crit anyway. And we're close here. Oh, man. They hit us at the last second. We were close to winning there, but our arc blaster was slowed, I believe. Unfortunate. Okay, well, here's opportunity to get chocolates. I think I'm doing this for our next fight. And I will get some chocolates here. I think it makes sense to do now. Sell the barbed wire. I'll sell the light bulb so that I can have 5 slots. And I'll get the silver tier chocolates. And we don't have a lot of money, so let's go to the treasure chest. Alpha Ray's pretty nice. Okay. So we're going to level up here regardless. But the eccentric etherite, can we beat them with this board? I think we might be able to. This is a lot of damage, so yeah, let's try. Getting the rig skill or even getting the force field could be pretty big. Goggles wouldn't be horrible either, but I think we'll have enough damage, or let's hope at least. This is pretty greedy, I will say. We don't have any defense and we're also using these chocolates, so it's not the smartest play, but I think we're going to have enough damage for this. We're cutting through the shielding that they have for their force field regardless, so nice. Okay. This went off 5 times. Okay. Set at 30 damage to our board. Nice, we get rigged. That's huge. Okay. Well, put that in there for right now. Put the core back in. I'm going to use any item that lets this charges. Okay. So, could get a friend. There's Mandala. I think I would want to get like a drill here or something of the nature. I'm probably going to put this Alpha Ray in. Maybe the Aegis in on this board. I'll get a free friend. Okay, junkyard repair bot. These sells for something. Now we could upgrade these chocolates. That might be pretty good for us. Let's see. We go to howbazaar.gg. We'll see that'll give us +2 every time it goes off. And thus we would be adding, let's see, 2 times, so 20. So have 10 stacks of this, adding 20 damage to these items, so 6120. Yeah, that could be pretty big. I think I will do that. It's not super strong, but I think it could be pretty nice for us. And we're, no, here's an upgrade to our rocket launcher. But there's also the opportunity to go to middle. Maybe this is where we do that. No, I'm going to upgrade this rocket launcher. This may seem a little strange, but I think I want to keep this on board, and I'm also just going to assume that looking at this Vanessa, if they're undefeated, they're probably going to beat us regardless. So I'm going to take the opportunity to just value stack and or put damage on our rocket launcher and on our pulse rifle. So I have a smattering of weapons. This katana is pretty big. Maybe there's a world where we live, but they're also doing a ton of damage to us. Yeah. Funny enough, if we had the money to get the upgraded tier of chocolates, we would have won. And I guess if we had put something else in besides these Epicurean chocolates, we could have won too. Alright. Now here could get a haste item. Sure, let's get some free items. Yellow Mantis is not a bad one. And here's an opportunity for more chocolates. Yeah, I think we can do that pretty safely. Sell these items off. Get the max tier. I think that these will be doing a lot of damage, so kind of want to just have the life pool to support that. And Flame Juggler, you know, I kind of like going to the Outlands Dervish in some ways just because there's the cooldown reduction items that we could get, and also this Keen Eye skill. But I really would enjoy a Clockwork Blade. Just getting our items to go off quicker, I think, makes the most sense. We're not really maximizing off a long fight. This Epicurean chocolates only goes off once, but I still think that if we can get cooldown reduction across our board, that would be pretty nice. Okay, we get 5 gold. Not nothing. And here's Finn's, sure. Just gonna take the regen and max HP, that'd be helpful. If we could get a damage skill here, that'd be pretty nice. Not really using these. Let's reroll. There's strength. Strength seems really good. And B1, B2 versus Ayla. Yeah, let's go to Ayla. Okay, bulldozer. Plasma rifle. We're burning with our rocket launcher, so this would get 75 damage every time this went off. It's not nothing. This is also just a very powerful weapon. And I think I'm doing this with our board. Oh yes, we need a friend on board, that's right. So I can't really take the copperhead off. I could put the yellow mantis in, I suppose. But then I could do... Yeah, okay. There's no way I can do it right now in the way that I would want, just because I want to have the chocolates in between these two weapons. Do I want this pulse rifle? Could slot in nicely, but we're kind of going for like a high damage build. Sell it off. I think I don't want the pulse rifle. There was an opportunity to get Dianosaur, it would be now. Yeah, I'm willing to do that. Sell off the barbed wire. Dianosaur is going to be our friend, so I don't need the copper ed. Don't need the battery. Take the Dianosaur. And once we take these chocolates off the board, their build will make a lot more sense. But does putting the arc blaster on the board seem good? No, I think that this is fine. Okay. And let's end it. We have a good amount of max HP now. Even though we're kind of missing out on 2 slots here, we may still be able to burst them. Let's see what their board is. Okay, they have a lot of haste for their Arbalist. And they have this regenerative lighter. We're gonna need this Dianosaur to start munching. Doesn't even get off. Okay, never mind. Okay, playing behind the curve here, but that's alright. And there's an opportunity to sharpen up our pulse rifle or our rocket launcher. Yeah, we're a little low on money, so why don't we do that? And our rocket launcher goes off less, but it is higher damage. Well, that's only because of this left-handed skill, I realize, so sell this off, do that. And sure, ball pack. I've got an item to sell you, buddy. Sell off the alpha ray. And I will take the crypto. Okay. Now I think we can defeat the mod squad, although Preening Duelist has some damage skills. I just feel like we're so far behind on HP, and we want longer fights for this, so I will take the mod squad fight. Dinosaur can start munching. And these have 5 more charges on them. Okay. It's 1. Okay. The Dinosaur is not chomping a lot. But it is doing 95 damage, I suppose. Bomb squad, okay. And let's gain some loot here. Okay. Silver tier upgrade versus Mandala. And that sells for 9. Sell this off. Yeah, we'll go see what silver items we can find. There's mech moles. There's also SATCOM. It's passive income. I'll take that. Bomb squad upgrade is also pretty strong. If we want to go into a friends build, which we just bought the SATCOM, so sure. I'll do that. I'll also reroll here, seeing if I could find something. Wow. Ice 9000. There's also claw arm. We're not really haste enabling, but that would work really well with our rocket launcher. Problem is, again, we'd have to have like a metronome. I think that's worth speculating on at the very least. And we'll reduce this cooldown a little bit. I'll sell off the arc blaster. I'll buy the claw arm. And now there's a monster fight. I think this is a good opportunity to take a monster fight. Scoville. There's also Yellow Mantis, which could hit our claw arm. I don't know if we beat Scoville, but I do want to get my ticks of Epicurean chocolate off at the very least, so I won't take it off board. I was debating on putting some items there just to try and help us win this fight. But I think ideally we would just want to get this chocolate going off, and honestly, it looks like we're going to win regardless, so that's nice. And ideally we want to kill them. Cool. I was going to say we want to defeat Scoville before the chocolates actually gets the last proc. That way we can sell these chocolates back for some value. Alright, and here's a Vanessa. Do we want to put the claw arm on board? Again, it's not going to be Hastings, so I kind of want to... This is going to mess up that synergy. Alright. Haste a friend to the right of this. So we could do something like this. So it's going to haste the Dianosaur. But I want to kind of just put more points of damage on the board if I can. I could put the Yellow Mantis on board. Yeah, I guess this is fine. Maybe they're like a build that's really relying on one small item and we can snipe it with the Dianosaur. Here's the Dreaming. Port Pop Snappers, okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to eat the Pop Snappers. And I guess this... Oh, they don't actually, they don't have enough items on board. Okay, never mind. Nice. Has at least 6 items, destroy a small one. Alright. Alright, Diana. Not doing all the things that I want, but that's okay. Might be coming off the board soon enough. Here's Goldie. Could have something nice for us. 2 Yellow Mantis. Also, Nitrogen Hammer is pretty insane. Plus the Z Shield right here. I would love to pivot into that. Okay. So I'm going to take the Nitrogen Hammer. And I do want the Z Shield as well. That's another 10. So sell the Claw Arm, sell the Bomb Squad, sell the Charcoal. Buy the Z Shield. Is this a friend? No, it's not. Okay. So, the Nitrogen Hammer, I guess, is still just better for right now. Could also do this. This Nitrogen Hammer, freeze one item for 1 second. When you freeze, charge this 1 second. And the Z Shield is going to freeze 1 item. And we could put it like that. Yeah. We're going to want a large item now. We don't have a lot of money. But I would kind of like this. Yeah, I'll do something crazy. Again, I don't think that this is correct, but kind of having fun with it. And upgrade a silver tier item. Well, we could upgrade our other Mantis. I kind of like... And also, I think I want to do this. Do we want to upgrade our rocket launcher? It would get more damage and burn. Let's go for a skill here. If you have a vehicle, we don't have a vehicle. When you haste, we are hasting. We are also burning. Yeah, static acceleration seems decent. We're also, with these 2 friends, taking off some of our pulse rifle value, but I think that this can be very good for us. We're definitely going to want to find more freeze items, and because of that, I'm inclined to try and just get money. And what would be the most money? I guess a diamond tier item would be the most money. 8, okay. Now, Loan Shark. I believe we can defeat the Loan Shark. If we could get an ATM from them, that would be nice. I don't think we're going to be proccing crashing waves, but you never know. They also do a surprising amount of damage, but critting on this thing feels pretty good. Nice. 40% crit chance. I guess we could even put in the core here. Give this even more crit chance. That would be pretty good. And now, again, I don't have a lot of money. I don't really want to go to Curio. Just going to get the free item. And if we do find the blue beetle, that'd be very good. So let's go to Tinker. None of these are the blue beetle. Let's see if we can find the blue beetle. None of these are the blue beetle. But there's Miss Isles. And I'm wondering... Oh, I sold the core. I sold the core so I could live the dream. Sounds like something I would do. Okay. Alright. Do we want cybersecurity? So... for each weapon or tech item you have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in itself. So it'd be doing 60, well, it'd be doing 120 every 10. So it'd be 240 every 10. Nah, I think the hasting makes more sense with our yellow manti. And here's a Vanessa. Seeing a lot of Vanessas in the Bazaar lately. I wonder if people are just going for the very powerful items that she has right now. Okay, they also have a pulse rifle. And they froze our yellow mantis. That's okay. Really, this is Nitrogen Hammer is the name of the game here. It's getting close here. Gonna maybe need a crit. Nice. Crit from the Nitrogen Hammer. Love to see it. Yeah. Okay. Making up some ground here. Let's look at some gold tier skills. First time you freeze each fight, haste 2 items. We are looking for a large item. But we're not there yet, so let's just take Invigorating Cold. We know we're going to be going a freeze build. And again, Dooley could have the blue beetle. So let's look at Dooley. Green wasp. I'm going to take it on the speculation. And I'm going to sell that. Coolant seems very good. Okay. What are we selling? Probably Chris. Take the coolant. The thing about the coolant, or thing about the hemlock, I don't want to sell it just yet because I could also transform it. But yeah, coolant seems strong. This seems appropriate. Freezing is the name of the game for sure. And Bazaar Con could get us some XP. So we're going to probably level up anyway. This will be at, need 6 XP. Could probably defeat the strongest enemy here. I guess it's not a guarantee. I'll go to the Bazaar Con. I'll just get the XP. Radiant Corsair. They do a lot of damage. And if we don't kill them, we don't level. But I'm risking it. I think our Nitrogen Hammer could get pretty big. And they hit our Nitrogen Hammer, yikes. Okay. Not what we wanted to see, but that's where we're at. We're still doing a lot of damage, and Coolant is going to put in a lot of work here, cleansing half the burn. And Nitrogen Hammer also, not one to be outdone. Just going to keep critting on him, it seems. We are proccing our static acceleration a little less because we don't have the other Mantis, but this Coolant is for sure better. Nice. Alright. Fiery Rebirth here would be good. Spyglass represents money to me, I'll take it. Silver Tier Friend. Every opportunity to get the blue beetle. Ha ha ha. And just like that. Okay, so Jason item burns. And we're just missing the black whip spider. Freezes. So I could do something like this. So this is going to burn. This is the only poisoning thing. Slow poison, or rather freeze. This is freezing. Yeah, okay. All right. And what do we want to do from here? Again, a large item would be good. Just to proc Z shield. But we do have the blue beetle now, so I guess we just kind of want the black spider. And just go for the bugs. So Kina could have the bugs. These are big. Not burning a ton outside of the rocket launcher, which I'm inclined to replace. Neither are we slowing a lot, so not really the large items I want. There's Isocork Freezer. And I will just take this upgrade. Investing in crypto. So could no. I mean, freeze is just so good with our nitrogen hammer. It's probably what we want to do. Seems strange because we're just not taking advantage of this weapon, which is certainly a very potent one. I would be charging these, but freezing as much as possible seems like it'd be way better. Again, I just kind of want to get this blue beetle up and running, so if that's the case, then I think I do this. Yeah, I think, well, this does give us crit chance. So this is +2 crit every time it goes off. I think it might be a little bit better. Yeah. Let's do that. And I'll take some money here. It's a bronze. It is bronze. This is, yeah. Save the $4 for someone else. And let's fight this Vanessa. Have we only fought Vanessas? Huh. Well, we'll keep fighting them, I guess. They have less HP than me. They're a depth charge build. I have a pretty good amount of survivability. We're going to start freezing them. Okay. Nice. And you know, if we get like the bugs with the hammer and the blue beetles going off like crazy, that could be good too. So I think looking for DJ Robot also makes sense. And normally I would take the chocolates, but I think with the words I just spoke, let us go to metal. Ooh. Okay. Is it better than just these two? It would proc the blue beetle. Oh yeah, that seems crazy. Okay, cool. Okay, well, let's do that. Sure. Sell you right now. Probably not using these either. So whenever we're freezing, we're poisoning. Oh, this gains 6 poison. Never mind. This is not like black ice. Well, if we find black ice, that'd be good too. But either way, more freeze. All of our items are freezing outside of the green wasp. And does this make sense? Yeah, makes sense enough. And we could get an upgrade for our beetle, but monster is probably just better. Right, Bouncer Tron, what you got? Sharpening steel could be good for sure. Yeah, this is a good amount of freezing. And I think we do want to move the blue beetle, because I realize the green wasp and the blue beetle are not in the right place. cybersecurity. Okay. Crit. Crit, crit, crit. Let's have this thing crit. Yeah, let's move this. And I think Dr. Vortex could be very good for us. If we could get this Neophiliac skill. Even a weather machine, honestly, could make sense with our Z shield, but we'll see. Yes, yes. Critting. I think I would like the skill most of all, though. Nice. When you freeze, burn, slow, poison, and haste, each fight charges one. So we're doing poisoning and freezing. But doesn't mean we won't have other synergies. Now, could go to Barkin. Sure. There's DJ Robot. I think that could be important for us. Missiles, no. Okay. Because I'm thinking I could put this in, and then we have 3 friends. This does freeze an item, and it is a good amount of cooldown reductions. Maybe not that one. Could be these 2, I don't know. I don't think we're there yet either way to want to include it. When you use a friend, charges 1. Charge the core 1. Okay. Not really what I want. Not really what I want with this either. Let's roll. Where's the Yellow Mantis upgrade? I don't think we really need that though. So let's keep moving. There's free skills. Let's do it. You freeze, use large item. First time you haste. We haste at the start of combat, so that'll immediately freeze. Little connection issue. Okay. And we're back. Let's fight this Dooley. Do we want the robot in? Not yet. I think we will, but not yet. This Ice 9000 I'm not super sold on, but I think it's bridging the gap for us currently. And what do they got? So they're going to make a lot of first aid-ins. But we're going to freeze this thing. We're critting, man. We're crit. Okay. Deadly nitrogen hammer. Well, now we're going to get into the scary territory here. Gotta win 6 more fights. And is this the chocolates time? It could be. It could be for sure. I know it hurts because we put so much effort into those little fellas, or those guns. But sometimes you gotta sell them off. Small friend. Again, if we could get the spider or another bug, that would be good. This could add damage to our board. Or we could get like a snowflake. Snowflake's not very likely. We don't really want to transform anything, so I'll just get a friend. Dragon Whelp, wow. It's very powerful. It's not really what we're doing, but it's very powerful. And let's go to the weapons platform. We're pretty strong. Don't have a large item for this, but if we could get more crit chance, or if we could get diamond coolant, that'd be pretty crazy. Nice. It's like we put crit chance on this or something. Aiden. Well, everybody loves Aiden. And Kina, sure. Let's go to Kina. So what would our board be? We would have, so we'd have 5 slots. I'd want DJ Robot there, I guess. Maybe not necessarily. I don't know, that's also a lot of money. Yeah, let's not. Let's not. It is insane. I recognize that, but let's just not. I've done it too many times. Thrusters were also good there. Let's get some loot. Regen, right. Hattie. I can't resist. Show me what you got, Hattie. I don't even know what I want. I just want something. Okay. We'll get whatever this is. Diamond tier skill. First time you fall below half health each fight, use your high shield item. That could actually be pretty good just because it's another instance of freeze. And regen. Okay. We're fighting Staircase. This is a day 9 or 10 pig, so they could have their values stacked item up pretty high. Pig's Gym, and they have an Adlotl, but the Adlotl's not already big. They also have a ton of health. Our freezing certainly is good. Need to get this off one more time. And we do. Nice. We had half health. Thus the Z shield says freeze. Okay, scary, but the nitrogen hammer is still good. Okay, we'll go to Paul. What large item are we looking for? Well, this could look over here. Items. There's a nice filter here. Dooley large. Not a thing that represents rocket. Okay, 3D. Printer. No. No. Was it just the robotics factory? Was that just the play? It would have only had space for 2 bugs. But they would have had double multicast. Shield item could be another Z shield. I'll look. Just gonna say we could make 3 copies of Coolant. Could be pretty cool. But again, yeah, if we put factory in, I guess if we put factory in, we would have space for 3 bugs. And I don't know, Coolant's freezing 2 things. This does go off twice. This, okay. Yeah, I am gonna try it. I felt the heat on that last one. Let's try this. And poison or slow, again we need the last one, but that doesn't seem bad, and this also gets now 2 times multicast, so I think this makes sense. Okay. 3D printer could have been insane too, but I know that this works. There's Barkin. I don't have the black spider, so I'm gonna Nufu. Well, that's certainly fine. Let's have to sell a lot of things for it. I feel confident we could sell the Ice 9000. We'd sell like 10, 14, 17, then we'd have to sell these other things. Damage and shield. Also, just more crit on these guys could be fine. Let's commit. Let's commit. I'm committing. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. That's okay though. I think we can defeat the Void Colossus. Yeah, I meant to put more crit on my hammer, but honestly, I think that this will be just fine as well. It's not really the smartest use of 20 gold, but I do believe that we'll be fine regardless. Notably, if they did destroy our nitrogen hammer, that would be bad. And they do that. Okay. Alright. Green Wasp, thank you. Thank you for cleaning up. This is where we see we really need that black spider. Well, it's 50 gold. And is that somehow better than... Oh yeah, this also gives them plus cooldown reduction, or cooldown. Gives them higher cooldown. Forgot about that. So now do we... We have a lot of upgrades, that'd be good. Obviously the robotics factory, the nitrogen hammer is the one that stands out to me. Clear the search. See how it would gain even more damage. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. Definitely want to upgrade the factory too, but I think this could be enough. And Ayla, no, let's get a small tool. Represents more money. Let's burn, okay. And let's go to JJ. Sometimes you just get it all. Alright. What else you got for us? Pylon. No, no. Yeah, okay. Hopefully this will be a little bit better. I think it will be, but Vanessas are still scary. Let's see what this one has. We do have a pretty decent amount of freeze, and getting a diamond Robo factory is certainly good. Looks like their weapon spam. Like Shen has 0 crit on it, so it's just straight up 1300. This thing again does a ton of damage. Okay, they do have the Gorgon skill, but we crit for 50. Okay, my mic got unplugged yet again. Just typical things. So, Nufu versus snack time. I think it's Nufu. Getting something to charge our board would be great. That does seem like it would be great. Yeah, tools. Yeah, it's got to be that. So the thing is, we would prefer it to be on a different item, but then this would be losing 24% crit chance. And this is like our big damage thing. Let's buy this first. It is going off a decent amount, but truly we'd want it like on a 2x multicast thing, because that would kind of cascade our freezing. And yeah, let's not take any crit chance off it. It's probably going to go off once or twice, but that is what it is. What do they got? Diamond Fangs. It's pretty scary. Freezing Musket. Yikes. Okay. We freeze the Freezing Musket. And we crit him. Nice. Very, very nice. I had a lot of really scary skills. But we froze them. Day 13. Alright, we have a little more money now. I think we're kind of out of the territory where we're actually finding a Blue Beetle upgrade. That being said, let's go to Kina regardless. Ice 9000. Hello again. Goodbye again. Satcom. If it was gold, I would take it. And what's this guy at? 2. Okay. We would like a Z shield upgrade. Sure. Let's just go to Fins. Max HP, getting nearly 300 could make a lot of difference. And I think we defeat the Awakened District as well. Don't know that they have much that we would want outside of getting 50 gold, essentially. But I'll take what I can get. Pretty big numbers here. It's not the most insane freezing build I've had. It's a little slow, but I think it's still good regardless. Hey, 50 gold. Nice. Upgrade. Is it the Blue Beetle or is it the Z Shield? It's probably the Z Shield, but let's look at Blue Beetle first. So how do they spell this? BLU? Oh, right. Must clear our filters. Blue. Freeze 2 items versus, yeah. It's gotta be the Beetle. This would give us more cooldown reduction. Please, more upgrades. Nope, okay. I didn't even look at the right hand side. That could have been crazy. I was just so preoccupied with more upgrades. Huh. Alright. I have a lot of money. I'm going to take it. Got a lot of money. I'm going to take it. I think we are getting to a world where we are just playing Coolant and Isochoric Freezer. We're getting close. If we found like one more good item to put on our board, I think that would make sense. Mainly like one more bug, so the bugs are going off a lot. Using 3 items though, it just seems kind of crazy. I mean, it's more than the Blue Beetle, but I think I'm doing it. Sees poison and burning. I mean, this just freezes 3 items. So I think it's gonna be good. Plus the freezer. If this wasn't diamond, I would not be doing this, but because it is, I think this is more freeze, thus more better. Firewater wheel, jellyfish. Okay, so they're gonna go pretty crazy. But we're also gonna freeze them a lot. We're not perma-freezing their board, but we are really close to it. Very nice. We also did remove, I realized, the Z shield freeze. Which I guess makes up for it, but I don't know. See if we can find the Z shield upgrade. Pierre. It's just a 9-second cooldown. It is more freeze. Very 9 seconds. I mean, I don't know. We have so much money. We could try it. Sure, we'll try it. What did this change? Oh, right, because of our friend's skill. Okay. Get a non-weapon item, sure. Just give us golden blast doors, why not? Charging seems good. Okay. Haste 3 items is nice. Yeah, we'll do that. Do we defeat them now? Surely. Surely we must. I don't think we do, but boy howdy if I'm not gonna try. Man, I think the iceberg would be better than all these things that we're trying to do. So please. An iceberg, please, once. Snowflake, okay. Snowflake actually goes pretty hard here. Ooh. So, I think it's 0.5, yeah, freeze 3 items for 1.5 seconds. Let's do it. And just a free haste upgrade, just like that. Let's see. What item is going off most? Maybe the blue beetle? Probably just coolant. Coolant. Haste 1 item for 2 seconds. Versus blue beetle. Which is haste 1 item for 3 seconds. Okay. Isocoric. 1 item for 2. That's Ice 9000's too slow. Z shield. I think it's just the blue beetle. It's just a little bit better than the coolant. And hasting does give us crit chance. And sure, we'll take some max HP here. Alright. Let's see what this finesse has got. A lot of weapons. Got an Argyle. Huh. Okay, freezing all our things is not good. Is this radiant? It's toxic. They just one-shot us with a powder keg, huh? Alright, man. If you say so. Just crit us? Yeah, crit us. 116% crit chance. Adjacent items have plus 50 crit. And then they had plus 25, 75. What am I missing on the other crit chance? Doesn't matter, we're dead. Let's keep going. Okay, Fate's Crossroads. Let's go for a different upgrade here. Put on the coolant. Alright. I don't think that does anything for us, but yeah, I'll fight him in epic battle. Please. Please, all I ask of you is for an iceberg. Just one time. A snowflake, I guess, is also good, but or sapphire could be good too. How good is that? The problem is these have a much higher cooldown now. I guess we could go to the fight and test it. That would like cooldown reduction. Just keep giving us glands, man. I'm also realizing, oh no, I was gonna say, well, I guess no. Now that this has, could do this. This is gonna charge one freeze item. Yeah, because this can't eat the crit. We'll go look at some small items though. We don't have another ray. Sure, if we get the Beetle suite, or if we get the Bug suite, I'll play that. Okay, again, I think Volkos Enforcer would just kill us. And we would not level up. I also kind of just want to try and see how good this is. You don't have a lot of HP, but you do have some. Okay. I mean, that's gotta be good, right? That's gotta be good. I'll put this over here. Is there a reason this went off more than the other one? I don't think so. Shrouded figure. Just have a fun to open the backpack and you're just like, oh yeah. It's like a diamond Robo factory there, whatever. Shrouded figure, sure. I'm just gonna take the max health here. Toxic. This is the nitrogen hammer. I assume it's just 10%. 10%, yeah. And that would already do 24. Okay. Well, no more connection issue, and I'm going to enchant this with a random upgrade. Okay, that is kind of the one that I wanted. Not gonna lie. Getting it to crit would also be good. And we go to jewels here. Yeah, jewels could be good. I kind of want to now, you know what I could do? Just gonna say play all the bugs. It's like this. The fiery coolant is doing its best red firefly, whatever that bug is called, impression. I mean, it's faster than Pierre or Ice 9000. So I think we run it. And back to this. I want to see if I can just like high roll something. No. No. Okay. All right. They're 20, I'm 19. Let's see it. Max can be slow to get off the ground, but this late in the game, they probably have something very strong. Shielded Poppy Field and a lot of little guys. They also have the bonk skill, which is very bad for us. They froze my coolant. They're going off, we're going off, but them freezing my thing is really bad. Yeah, freezing my nitrogen hammer was really bad. I could have one-shot him if it was not frozen, but okay. Well, we get to day 15 here, and yeah, I think the bonk skill was bad for us, but you know, on the bright side, all we needed was one more XP to get to legend. Look at that. Freshly minted, the 2356th legend in the game. I'll take it. I'm also excited to just have done like a pretty different Dooley build. I think I could have definitely played that better and found better items for Dooley, but maybe like just tried to haste and freeze a lot more, but I think that was still a fun run. I'm not the most familiar with Dooley, I'll be honest. I generally play the other three characters way more, but I think that was a pretty fun one regardless. We probably could have gotten a 10 win if I knew more of the items that I should have been looking for. Maybe like a metronome and a, what is that called? A drill, and just tried to proc that very quickly and then utilizing that to facilitate like my bugs going off more, unless we would have more freezing. But I think our build was still strong in the end. Either way, that was a pretty fun run of the Bazaar, and yeah, hit legend this patch. Pretty excited about that, and more so excited that you were here to join me for this video. Truly, the love and support I've seen on the channel thus far in just a month's time of it being up and running has been tremendous, so thank you for that. And with that, I'll see you soon in our next Bazaar Over Explained.